Neapolitan pizza. Pizza began in Naples in the late 18th century as food for the working class. Flatbreads had existed for centuries, but the addition of tomatoes, brought from the Americas, changed everything. In 1889, a pizzaiolo named Raffaele Esposito reportedly created pizza Margherita for Queen Margherita of Savoy. Tomato, mozzarella, and basil mirrored the colors of the Italian flag. Authentic Neapolitan pizza is strictly regulated by the Associazione Verace Pizza Napoletana. The dough must contain only flour, water, salt, and yeast. It's stretched by hand, never rolled, and baked at around 485 degrees Celsius for 60 to 90 seconds in a wood-fired oven. The crust is soft, elastic, and blistered with leopard spots. The center is thin enough to fold. It's not meant to be crispy, it's meant to be tender and airy. New York-style pizza. When Italian immigrants arrived in America, pizza evolved. In 1905, Gennaro Lombardi opened one of the first licensed pizzerias in New York City, Lombardi's. New York pizza adapted to coal ovens and American flour, which has higher gluten content. The result? A larger, thinner, crispier slice with enough structure to fold in half. It's sold by the slice, topped with low-moisture mozzarella and designed to be eaten on the go. The crust is crisp on the outside, chewy inside. Street food meets tradition. Detroit-style pizza. Detroit-style pizza was born in 1946 at Buddy's Rendezvous in Detroit. It's baked in rectangular steel pans originally used in auto factories. The dough is high hydration, airy, almost focaccia-like. Brick cheese is spread edge to edge so it caramelizes against the pan, forming crispy, lacy corners, arguably the best part. The sauce is added after baking in racing stripes across the top. It's crunchy on the outside, fluffy inside. Industrial roots, bold flavor. Chicago deep dish. In 1943, Pizzeria Uno introduced something radically different in Chicago. Instead of thin crust, Chicago deep dish uses a high-edged pan. The dough is pressed up the sides like a pie. Cheese goes on first, then toppings, then crushed tomato sauce on top. It bakes for 30 to 45 minutes, far longer than Neapolitan pizza. The crust contains oil or butter, making it flaky and almost pastry-like. It's less slice and more construction project. Some versions are even stuffed, with an extra layer of dough sealing everything inside. Sicilian pizza. Sicilian pizza, or Sfincione, comes from Sicily. Traditionally, it's thick, rectangular, and baked in an oiled pan. The crust is fluffy and bread-like. Classic toppings include tomato sauce, onions, anchovies, and breadcrumbs instead of mozzarella. When Sicilian immigrants came to America, the style evolved into what many know as grandma pizza. It's lighter than Chicago deep dish, but thicker than New York. A middle ground between bread and pizza. Roman pizza. In Rome, pizza takes two main forms, pizza tonda and pizza al taglio. Pizza tonda is thin and extremely crispy, almost cracker-like. It shatters when you bite it. Pizza al taglio is baked in large rectangular trays, then cut with scissors and sold by weight. The dough ferments for up to 72 hours, creating an airy interior and crisp exterior. Roman pizza prioritizes crunch over chew, precision over softness. Margherita versus Marinara. Both pizzas come from Naples and are considered the most traditional Neapolitan styles. They look similar at first glance, but the difference is simple and historic. Pizza Marinara, the older one. Pizza Marinara is actually the older of the two. It dates back to the early 1700s and was popular among sailors in Naples, which is where the name comes from. Marinai equals sailors. Traditional toppings: tomato sauce, fresh garlic, dried oregano, olive oil, sometimes fresh basil, no cheese. That's the key difference. Pizza Margherita, the famous one. Pizza Margherita adds fresh mozzarella and basil to the tomato base. The cheese softens the acidity of the tomatoes, making it creamier and more balanced. Hawaiian pizza. Despite the name, Hawaiian pizza wasn't invented in Hawaii. In 1962, Sam Panopoulos created it in Chatham. Canned pineapple met ham and mozzarella, sweet and salty. At the time, adding fruit to savory dishes was trendy. The contrast caught on. It remains one of the most controversial pizzas in the world. Love it or hate it, it changed the conversation about toppings. Turkish Pide. Though not technically pizza, Turkish Pide is often called Turkish pizza. It dates back centuries in Turkey. The dough is shaped like a boat and filled with cheese, spiced meat, or egg. It's baked in stone ovens at high heat. Unlike Italian pizza, the crust wraps around the filling, creating a contained structure. Pizza today. From Naples to New York, from coal ovens to conveyor belts. Pizza has evolved with migration, war, economics, and technology. Flour type changes texture. Oven temperature changes structure. Fermentation changes flavor. Some pizzas bake in 90 seconds. Others take 45 minutes. Some are folded. Others are eaten with a knife and fork. But every variation begins the same way: dough, heat, and a culture that made it its own.